What up? What up? Welcome to episode number 55 of 10K on the Bay, my journey to 10,000 listings. Today, I want to go live on Instagram and YouTube for the first time ever. And I want to just go over other people's business models. Looks like the listing is working. Let's see. Let me get some people in the chat real quick. But I just want to go over other people's eBay business models right now because I think it's pretty awesome to figure out what other people are doing and just discuss. I have finalized what I'm going to do the rest of the year, but I just thought it would be interesting to see what other people are doing as far as their model. Like, do you guys want to go quick flip? If you're doing quick flip, can you guys let me know what your model is? Like, what do you envision your model to be? What's up, Sue? What's up, that Chicago guy? David's Model Shop. What's going on, everybody? This is going to be a different show because I want to go over what other people's models are rather than my own. Just as a quick overview of what I'm going to do, I'm going to have two stores, one where I have 10,000 listings and I'm sort of selling junkier items, and then one other store where I'm selling higher end items that I cherry pick. That way I get to go shopping and I also get to create a business that has employees, both of them for fun. But I want to see what you guys are doing. What's going on? All right, Steven, get some rest. What's up, Ken? Awesome. Doing Instagram and YouTube for the first time to check this out because a lot more people follow me on Instagram. But yeah, I just want to go over, if you guys can put in the chat section what your model is, like what does your ideal eBay business look like? For me, it's two. I want two stores. I want an eclectic, cool store with some really fun, higher end margin items that I cherry pick. And then the other model is margin. So I want to get some input from you guys on what your model is on what you're trying to do for your eBay store. So go ahead and put in the chat what you guys want to do. Like, what do you aim for? What does your perfect eBay business look like? Do you have staff? Is it just maximizing what you can do? Is it a husband and wife team? What do you guys want to do? What's up, Clark? Oh, if my connection is bad, check me out on YouTube. It should be a lot better. So Ken is saying he's going for bulk wholesale and drop shipping. That's a cool model. So if you're doing bulk wholesale and drop shipping, that's a great way to run an efficient business. You're just sort of focusing on processes, listing, photographing, shipping. And since you're buying bulk wholesale or drop shipping, it's definitely more about making sure your processes are tight. You can order sort of as much as you want within reason. You can order whatever the market will yield and focus on process. Let's see, CG Barn is saying he's focusing on a boutique. I like that. And I like the boutique so much that I'm going to do both. I'm going to do one that's bulk wholesale and one that's boutique because it's more fun. I like the boutique model because you get to sell stuff that you actually like. It doesn't even feel like work, right? So if you guys follow Sneaker Don, that guy's doing like 7 figures in sales with 1,000 items in stock. Can you guys imagine that? Can you imagine 1,000 items in your store at the $1,000 average sale price? That is ridiculous. Drifty Bish, what's up? She's looking for a quick flip, $18 to $24 average sale. All bins purchased at $1.19 a pound. So Drifty Bish does a, let's just say a 50-cent cost and an $18 to $24 average sale price. Does that include shipping or not? Because I think that's right on the money. If you're looking at, when I was doing Goodwill Outlet and hunting one by one, I was getting about an $18 average sale price plus shipping. I charged $6, which is $24 average. I like that model. Buy for essentially 50 cents, right? 50 cents to $1 and sell for 18 to 24. Great margins, awesome. Does not include shipping. So she's killing it because the $18 to $24 pre-shipping, that's a really, really good margin on an item that only costs 50 cents. I like it. So I like it, and I'm not patient enough really to do it that way. So that's not in one of my two models, but that's a great way to do it. Thrifty, do you have any help? Because that would help. If you had the model of doing bulk, if you buy it for $1 and you sell it for 24, let's say you get the cheapest possible item and max it out, and you make $18 or to $20 profit on that item. Depending on what you want your business to look like, you'd probably need some staff or at least a helper with listing your photographs to really get up to that margin. Let's see. So Lee Lifts is getting an average of $16, including shipping, profit around $8. So I'm asking, let's do this question in the chat. Why don't you guys tell me how much money do you want to make per week? Let's talk about that. So what is your, how much money do you want to make per week in your eBay business? If you guys can throw that in the chat, that would be awesome. Thrifty is doing it just on her own, doing it with public transportation to Seattle. That's super dope in my opinion. If you don't have to have a car, it's super, super low overhead. That's one way of doing it. Josh Profits is saying $1,000 a week. Clark saying $1,000. Chris is saying 500 part-time, 300 part-time, 2,500 a week. Wow. Marcy is saying she waits for a buyer and then she eventually gets it. Her average price is about 20 to 25. That's awesome. So again, I have two stores. One, I'm going for like a $18 to $20 average sale price. The other one, I'm going for like a $50 to $100 sale price. So I'm trying both. Raymond's trying to make 500 a week. Holy crap, a lot of people. So it looks like the majority of people are trying to make 500 to 1,000 per week. Ken is looking for 1,000 per week per product. This is great, guys. I want you guys to look at this model because it's like, for example, getting 10 items that sell 5 a day or 5 products that sell 10 a day. That's a legitimate income right there with only 5 or 10 SKUs if you do wholesale, right? If you guys are looking for proper items, like you guys know I'm going to try these beer koozies. They cost around $2 to $3 and they sell on Amazon for about 17, but it really does depend on the brand you have associated with it. So the margin's there, but there's a lot of competition, so you've got to differentiate yourself. Ebenezer. That's a cool screen name. He wants 2,000 per week. He or she wants 2,000 a week. What's up, Sam? Is in the chat on Instagram. Sue's saying 1,400 a week. What's up, Robert? This is cool. Yeah, so that's awesome that you guys. It looks like people are between $300 a week part-time to like all the way up to 2,000 per week in profit. Ken is saying 1,000 per week per product. So if he has 10 products, then his goal is all the way up to, let's say 10,000 per week, which is awesome. Marcy makes $600 to $700 a week part-time. So this is interesting. That means the majority of my audience are people who are sort of doing it without employees. They're doing it on their own. They're sort of maximizing their own time. Josh is saying, any suggestions for things to resell for higher profit margins when capital is not an issue? If I had unlimited money, I would either flip cars because cars are nice. I mean, I know a lot about cars, and you're looking for 1,000 to 2,000 profit per item. If I had unlimited money, that would be nice because if you have 20 cars in stock, you're making a very, very healthy income. Or I would sell high-end stuff that makes $100 profit or more. That's what I would do if I did not have a capital issue. I would be like Raquel and just sell Gucci because Gucci is fire. So it looks like, so Ken is also saying that he uses virtual assistants to list. That's a great way to do it. If you have virtual assistants helping, you can increase your number of listings if you're doing drop shipping. Drop shipping is one model. And I considered hiring VAs to start another store because it's almost automated. If you have VAs listing, VAs doing customer service, then basically you're just getting a list of things you need to order in the morning to drop ship. You are going to get a couple of negative probably. Some people don't. I mean, I know some sellers that drop ship successfully without getting a negative, but you've got to really know your suppliers, right? It's not super easy to do it that way. Reseller eBay Moneymaker is saying it's hard to find your thing to sell. Yeah, I mean, a niche selling is really smart. If you guys want to find a specific niche to sell in, And that allows you to save time on sourcing, in my opinion. If you understand sneakers and you listen to every single sneaker blog and you know what's hot, when you go into the store, you're only going to spend 10 minutes looking at what's around. But if you don't know, you're going to have to scan each individual style. You're not going to know what's popular. By the time you get through the whole store, maybe the good stuff is sold out. Asian 2980 has a Gucci outlet. How do you approach the manager? I think approaching the manager at a retail store is more challenging because they can lose their job if they they can lose their job if they provide favoritism. So you don't want to be in there saying like, "Hey, you want to give me a deal in front of other employees?" But you also don't want to be shady and doing something in the back deal, like a backdoor deal or something. You want to be transparent. What I would do is just give them my card and say, "Hey," or actually, not what I do. What I actually do is I hand them cards to text me or call me when they get sneakers in. So the Gucci stores in my area, I'm on their email list, so they let me know, okay, you guys are gonna get, or we're getting shoes in on Saturday or whatever, and I'll go and pick what I like. I don't know if Gucci is gated on Amazon. I'm assuming it is. Ask them if you can clear out overstock inventory. I like that model too. Because you want it to be win-win. How I would approach it is looking for something in the store that you can help them with, and then offering to buy that in hopes of getting some other good stuff. David's Model Ship does video game systems. That's probably the easiest thing to flip, guys, is video games. I don't know why I don't do more video games. I'm just not that into it. I don't play video games as much anymore. If I was going to flip Nintendo, like older retro games, I could get into it because I played video games 20 years ago, but that's pretty challenging. In the Bay Area, for me, by the time I get there, sometimes it's already gone, and I value my time a little too much to drive out and do things. I'm sorry. I value my time too much to meet up with people individually for a specific system. But I will go to a garage sale or something and look at a variety of stuff, hoping to get a game system or two. But meeting up with people for video games, for me, I'm not good enough at it to line up 5 or 6 meetings and go to all of them and make it worth my time. I'd rather go to the thrift store where I can guarantee to get X amount of profit in an hour. Holy crap, there is a lot of stuff. Clearing Clutter for Clarity says, I'm getting close to 250 listings and want to upgrade, but the $300 fee scares me. Do the premium store. So there's 3 stores. There's the basic, the premium, and the anchor. I would get the premium store, which is only $60 a month. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But that allows you up to 1,000 free listings. I was in that category for a long time. Yeah, so Ken is talking about his model of drop shipping. He wouldn't have touched it 10 years ago with a 10-foot pole, but now he's doing it and he can automate up to 95% of it. That's awesome, right? I just caution you, if you're going to do drop shipping, to have a little bit more eBay experience. I wouldn't recommend starting with drop shipping because it takes a little bit of knowledge. It's like right now I'm familiarizing myself with Amazon before I do private label. I'm not just going to jump straight into it. I'm going to try to do some RA and some OA, retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, to learn my way around the Amazon system before I really do private label. I'm giving myself some time to do it. Henry says Las Vegas has a Gucci outlet. It does. What's up, everybody? Wow, 78 people on Instagram. Thank you, guys. If you guys don't know, I have a YouTube channel where I'm talking to some other people. Please like and subscribe over there. That would really help me out because Instagram Live doesn't monetize, as you guys know. Not that I'm only doing this for the money, but it does help. Let's see here. Robert is given some pro tips on the store. So if you guys are in the YouTube group, take a look at that. That is good. Let's see. Sam says, if you have to choose between selling something on eBay, he would say selling CPUs. So yeah, he's selling computer equipment, computer supplies. That's how DIY Mike, if you guys follow his channel, DIY Mike just hit 2 million in eBay sales. He does a lot of parts, computer parts, auto parts, and we're both Asian, so you got to support your own kind. Just kidding. But I really like DIY Mike. He's really cool. Like, he got started selling like MacBook components, and then, you know, he graduated into car parts, where they take apart a car. Like I think like a Toyota Corolla is worth like 50 grand in parts, right? You can get one for 8,000. If you know how to take it apart and sell piece by piece, it's worth 10 times your money if you know how to do that. What's up, Steve? My brother is in the chat, so it's awesome to see him on Instagram. Yeah, it's cool. If you guys haven't started a YouTube channel, you might as well try it. It's fun. I think it's a good way to practice your speaking skills. I say I'm a lot less now, and I'm not that introverted, but I'm a little bit introverted, and this is definitely helping me be a little bit less shy. Yeah, DIY Mike started out selling Apple keyboard parts, and I think you could probably still do that. You could take apart MacBooks, iPads, iPhones, and sell each individual piece for money. Wisconsin Thrift is asking, how did I get the Cause merchandise? I drove to the store and drove to every single store in the Bay Area. There are like 6 of them, and I basically talked to the managers to ask them what would be a proper way of buying lots of the merchandise without violating their quantity requirements and restrictions. I have years of negotiating experience, people in the Bay Area, and I used to sell cars here in the Bay Area, and everyone here is really smart. So not to say the other areas of the country are not, but I sold cars to engineers who are very emotionless, and they're just looking for like nuts and bolts, what's the best deal. And I recommend you guys try selling in that type of environment, because like I have brass balls now because of doing that for 4 years. I can pretty much sell anything to anyone because of how hard that was to sell a car. To sell a Lexus to someone who doesn't need it and has a really analytical brain, it's not that easy. Okay, real quick, I want to add you guys some more stuff. I want to add some more stuff to the chat. I want you guys to add into the chat how many listings you would want to do in a month at your ideal level. So let's not talk about money for a second. What kind of business operation do you want? Do you want to list 1,000 items per month? 1,000 items per month you could do on your own. That's 250 listings per week. So please put in the chat how many listings you want to do per month. Like you can see yourself. Like, okay, Alex is saying she wants 100 listings per day. That's gangster. That's 3,000 listings a month, right? If you're doing $10 profit, that's $30,000 a month in profit. You will literally be in the top 1% of income earners in the United States. You'd make as much as a doctor. If you could put up 100 listings a day every day, you probably need a little helper. Alex probably needs 2 or 3 helpers for photography, listing, shipping to get to that level. But think about that. 3,000 listings is doable. I think for anybody who really records what they do, you could get to 3,000 listings a month. I mean, I think it's definitely doable. I'm not going to give away my secret to how I think you could do that easily if you're not in my Patreon group. So I'm going to do a little bit of a selfless plug there. Or if you want to just email me, I'll tell you the way I think you can do the 3,000 listings per month the easiest way. And I'll tell you, but I don't want to talk about it publicly because there's already too many people. Raymond's saying 1,000 per month would be amazing. So, okay, the reason why I'm talking about how many you want to list is because I want that to equal how many you sell per month. So like, if you have 1,000 items, unless you're a rock star buyer, you're probably not going to sell all 1,000. But let's say you have 3,000 or 4,000, you're listing 1,000, selling 1,000. That's what the size of your business looks like. That's why I'm trying to figure out what people are doing. Yeah, you can check out, I've got a Patreon page and a Facebook page. The Facebook page is free and the Patreon page costs money. The Patreon page is expensive because I only want to serve 50 people. And my Facebook group is free because I wanted to serve as many people as possible. That's why I'm doing both models with my eBay store. One's expensive, one's cheap. Different markets. What's up, Q? Q's saying I'm stupid. I'm sorry, bro. Like, he went live just a few minutes ago and I wanted to go live. And I was like, I don't have time to do it later. I have to do it right now. So I overlapped with a friend on live. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I got you though. So if you guys haven't followed Eagle Eyes Nation, you guys should, because He's a fellow reseller friend of mine, QFam. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name on the internet, but he's doing about 10 grand profit on 17,000 in sales. So like he's legitimately netting 6 figures a year on eBay. So you guys should follow Eagle Eyes Nation. He has a donation-based group. Again, like producing content is expensive. I support people who make content and want to pay for it. That's why I think the Deal Queen, Alex, should charge for her advice on Instagram. And I think you guys should definitely charge. If you're going to be out there putting out content for people to do, like having a little bit of extra income helps you actually pull that off and help people. So sorry, the chat's kind of getting insane right now. 3.5 months. Yeah, I think if you're going to go to, actually, I'm going to put a link to Q's channel in the description later so you guys can check it out. Give him some love. Eagle Eyes Nation on Instagram too. He'll show you what he buys at the Goodwill bins. He's mostly, actually, he's not mostly, he sells everything. He sells jewelry, he sells hard goods. He sells everything that, I mean, you'll see that he likes to focus on things really that are $50 or higher. And that's, in my opinion, a great way to do it if you're just going to do it. I think, Q, are you married or is that your fiance? Like a 2-person team can run a really, really nice boutique. So if you have a boutique store, that is legit. Wait, what are you guys talking about in Instagram? Yeah, so I used to charge $1 to be in my Facebook group, Eric, but now it's free because like I just decided that like I either want it to be free or really expensive. That's just it's easier for me to deal with it that way. Even though there's some people that suck. When you have your group free, you're gonna have people who suck that are in it. People who are complaining about whatever, and versus the people who pay $100 a month to be in my Patreon group, which is limited to 50 people. Which I'm not coaching, by the way. I'm not qualified to be a coach. I'm just organizing groups where people talk about eBay. And when you're paying $100 a month, you only get people who are serious in the group talking with you. So everyone in that group is very serious. They're really good friends now. They talk amongst themselves. They text. They share ideas. They share strategies. It's really nice to have a small group of people that you talk to because it helps you stay focused on what you want. And also, okay, this is the biggest difference between expensive and free. Everyone that's in an expensive group is grateful to be there. They're like, thank you for the opportunity of organizing 5 other people who take eBay and Amazon really seriously. I am grateful to be here. Versus a free group, they're like, my sales are slow, you know, and that's like not a grateful attitude. So that's really the main difference between the two. I recommend you join some pay groups. I recommend you buy courses, even if it's not from me, because I think that content creators are good, right? I learned a lot from content creators that I didn't learn when I was just getting started with reselling. I quit reselling because I didn't have a community 10 years ago. Let's see. Oh, it's your fiance. Cool. When are you gonna get married? Dude, I get a lot of dislikes now. I'm actually proud of that. I get like at least 10 dislikes now per video, which is legit. Until I get like thousands of dislikes, you haven't made it. Let's see. What is my Facebook group? My Facebook group is called eBay MBA, which is kind of a cheesy name, but I was like, this is for people who want to make a full-time living reselling. So that's what I think you would get an MBA for, to make a professional income. In my mind, I live in the Bay Area. If I got an MBA, I'd want to make 100 grand or more. That was the original scope of the company. But I need to adjust it a little bit to make sure that it's really good. Because 100K, I don't think is very doable without at least a husband and wife team. If you're just going solo and you're trying to net 100 grand, then you truly need a degree in reselling. You need to be a pro. Ken pays a mentor $500 a month. See, that's legit. Like, I was trying to get a mentor last year, this guy that made, awesome guy. He makes more than $10 million a year. He's at the point now where all of his stuff is free or really expensive. His coaching was $2,000 a month. What's up, Tino? His coaching was $2,000 a month, and he said, if you pay me $2,000 a month, I guarantee you will be a millionaire in 10 years, because I will force you to focus on the most important stuff. And you don't even need to write a check to me. Write it directly to a charity you choose. He doesn't need the money. He's already wealthy. But he's like, you committing to me for $2,000 a month, I guarantee you'll get there. Because every week I'm going to hold your balls to the fire. You're going to do what you said you were going to do. And that's a lot of money for you. $2,000 is going to like really, each time you write that check, it's going to burn a hole in your pocket and you're going to not bullshit. So I agree with that. And plus he has the ability to show me what to do because he's already built a 9-figure business or whatever that he makes 10 million. So I kind of was really weak and did not sign up for that. But I'm sure if I called him back, he would let me do it again. But like, there's not a program less than $2,000 a month because he wants it to really hurt me. Again, when you get to that level, I would probably be grateful and be like, okay, good. I finally got somebody who makes $10 million a year talking to me every single week. I don't want to waste this opportunity. I don't want to waste his time. His time is worth thousands of dollars an hour, right? I don't want to waste his time. I don't want to waste my time. So it's interesting looking at the different models. I'm actually probably gonna, actually not probably, I'm hiring someone to help me with my Facebook marketing company by the end of the month. I have already started, so I stopped my listers until May 29th for this purpose. Like I'm going to hire someone to help me with my Facebook marketing company before May 29th because I'm gonna restart listing a lot of things at that point. So, because I would like to have a boutique store instead of a Facebook marketing company. I want the Facebook marketing company to make me a certain amount of money, but there's only one way to do that, which is grow my Facebook marketing business a little bit bigger and have some staff. I can't have my cake and eat it too. I've got to have a lower margin, hire some people to help me, which is fine because as you guys know, the private label thing is sort of my end game. So I'm using eBay to build up capital. I want to always keep my eBay store, but I want to launch an Amazon private label. And I'm learning how to do paid ads and how to build a social following. That's what I'm doing right now with YouTube and Instagram. I'm learning how to build a following and provide value to people so that I can use the same kind of strategy to launch private label. So Alex is asking, what do I mean by boutique? I mean a boutique like a specific store for nicer items or a specific niche. Like my low-key Husky store is going to be items that are $50 or more for the most part. I'm looking for nicer items in a specific niche of nice recycled goods that are $50 or more. What would I focus on, Tumi or Coach? I would go for Coach for sure. Coaches does a lower dollar amount. It'd be easier to flip. I pay my listers $2 per item. So I'm not going to share how I do my listing unless you email me. Sorry, we got to develop a relationship, or I'm not going to tell you how I plan on doing 1,000 listings per week, which is my goal for the 10K store is to do 1,000 listings per week and sell 1,000 listings per week. And I'm not going to talk about that on social. Actually, I do talk about it, but I'm just trying to develop a relationship with you guys. So if you email me, please introduce yourself. Don't just be like, hey, bro, what's your store name and how do I make more money? Like, I'm probably less likely to help you than someone who introduces themselves and share a little bit about yourself, like your hobbies. What's up, Eric? So the college picker is in the chat. He's in Japan right now. Japan is awesome. He's talking about recycle stores that sell brands that are clean. If you guys have an opportunity to visit Japan, it's amazing. Their recycle thrift shops are just amazing. Let's see, $100 or more. Man, there's someone. This is kind of confusing. Trying to do both at the same time. Sorry, guys. It's a little bit of a distraction doing 2 lives at the same time. I don't know how people have the 3 camera setup for Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live. Damn, that's insane. Yeah, Robert is awesome. He has a channel too. So everyone follow 19th Vintage. I'm going to throw that link into the description too. Like this, I like supporting other resellers because a lot of other resellers have supported me. So around. Let's see. Yeah, Japan has awesome vintage, and Japan has very, very little counterfeiting, which I like. I don't like looking through fake goods. Every time I see a fake Louis Vuitton bag in a Goodwill, it just makes me feel bad because it's illegal to sell fake stuff. And they're just like, oh, we don't know. But you know, it says LV on it. Like that's counterfeit probably. If the LV, like if the L and the V are upside down, it's probably counterfeit. You should probably not resell that in your store. I'm not saying Goodwill does that, but some thrift stores do. Um, let's see. Thank you for joining me. Japan is awesome. I really, really like Japan. It's really, really, really fun. Um, Tino is awesome. Tino's one of those guys that um, that makes a great full-time income on eBay. So if you guys should follow Tino, the Soul Advisor, I'm gonna throw his link in the description. That's now 3, and I'm gonna limit it to 3. That's too many. So we got Tino, we got 19th Vintage, which is Robert, and then we also have Q, my buddy who kills it on eBay. His channel is called Eagle Eyes Nation, and we troll each other all day. It's great. It's great having eBay friends. Like I have the best coworkers on earth, which is super sexy, and like I like sharing different ideas and strategies and learning. And there's more to life than just making money. But I actually think that you make more money with the relationships. Julia, what's up? She says, how much would I pay my marketing people for the other job I need help with? I don't know. So I'd like to get my Facebook marketing company to make me $5,000 a month, which I think I need 2 to 3 employees to help me do that instead of myself right now. I probably would pay, I would either pay commission basis, like I would set up a structure where you can go out and get more clients for Facebook marketing, and you would get a chunk of the sale plus commission forever, or I would just pay you a flat rate to run a marketing campaign. So for me, like if I visit a certain number of stores or send out a certain number of emails, it'll convert into a new client, right? And then we need to take care of the client, which is, so that kind of work to take care of the client is different than the work to get a new client. Email me, Julia. Let's hook it up. Hopefully I can help you raise money for that trip. What's up, Green Granny Resell? I know I can't talk about super sexy stuff. It is sexual harassment. So very attractive. Actually, that's still sexual harassment. It's hard to stay PC. I'll just not say anything at all. Let's see here. Never knew vintage category. Do I sell authentic Louis Vuitton? I did. Authentic Louis Vuitton is hard to find. That's why I don't do a lot of, I would love to sell authentic Louis Vuitton. I love Louis Vuitton. I think the monogram stuff is super cool, especially the old luggage. Like I love selling Speedy bags, which is, you know, I don't know if you guys know the iconic bowling ball bag for sort of old ladies. But it's like shaped like a crescent, has a nice handle. The classic one that, you know, that you see everywhere. The Speedy bags are really easy to sell, especially, and the duffel bags are really, really, really easy to sell. And you do see them in metro areas. Yeah, I remember everything, Julia. That's why I like talking about, that's why I like people emailing me and starting a relationship instead of just YouTube. Instead of having thousands of people on YouTube that I don't know, that's why I have my Patreon group with 50 people, right? Because I just want to actually know 50 people instead of thousands of people I don't know. Like it actually, I changed my name on Facebook because I was kind of afraid of how big this was. I'm not big, but like just the number of people that you meet, like 1,000 people is actually a lot of people. So you don't need a huge following for it to have kind of a ridiculous effect, meaning like there are 90 people right now on YouTube and there's 70 people on Instagram. That's a lot of people. That's 160 people that are in the world listening to me, blessing me with their time right now. So I'm trying to provide decent content. Where's the dirty feed? I don't have a dirty feed. I decided I was gonna do reseller after dark, but like I don't drink that much anymore, so it's not as entertaining. LV is timeless. I really like Louis Vuitton. It's a really, really good brand. Yeah, and if you guys are still watching me on YouTube, please hit the like button. That really helps me out. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm glad that we were able to talk about this, guys, because we had a bunch of different ideas. We have people doing drop shipping. It seems like most people want to do between 300 and 1,000 listings per month, right? And at 1,000 listings per month, depending on your model, you can make a lot of money. If you're making $100 per item, 1,000 items is $100,000 a month profit, right? You could do that with enough capital. There's been a couple of questions in the chat where like, what would you do if you had unlimited money? Well, you'd buy stuff with a higher margin, right? So if you bought, for example, 1,000 cameras, that would cost a lot of money, but if you made $100 per item, you're looking at a pretty amazing business. And when you have a lot of capital and you're trying to sell cameras, you're going to get some wholesale opportunities that are pretty cool. Yes, please email me at 10konthebay@gmail.com. I will look at your store. Please give me a little bit of background. If you just email me a link to your store, I kind of think that's rude. Like at least be like, hey, Chris, I'm Dave, and I live in South Carolina, and I'm trying to make this much money. And look at my store, and please let me know how I can get to the goal that I want to go to. I like cats, and I'm into things that are green. So that's awesome. So I can at least get to know you a little bit. Because that's the whole point of this for me, is to get to know a few people. Craigslist Hunter. Yeah, that's a good point. Pete is in the chat right now. Thanks for stopping by. He's saying, why don't I master eBay first before I jump in the private label? That's a really, really good point. Like, I haven't mastered eBay at all yet. For eBay, eBay is not my sole source of income. So it's just experimenting for me to figure out what I like to do. And I sort of know what kind of eBay store I want. I want a little mini store that's sort of like Pete, where he's selling higher end items. I also like the bulk clothing because I think it's fun. And I also like the profit margins on clothing and that it's sort of scalable because all the items are similar. But I'm going to meet Pete at the reseller rally and I can talk to him about it. But private label, I'm not launching until third quarter. So I'm not in a hurry. I'm actually just learning the social media part of private label because I want to do paid advertising to it. And actually, it does transfer. Like you can do paid advertising to your eBay store. I don't know how to do that, but I know there are some sellers like Nicole State. She runs campaigns on Instagram to drive traffic to her eBay store. I know people do that. I know Travel and Thrift on Instagram does ads to drive traffic to a store, right? It's all relevant. But I think Pete's right. I'm not going to spend any money on private label right now until I master eBay. That's a great point. I'll do, the logo design and the social stuff is interesting, but I'm really not going to put a lot of money in the private label until I really master eBay. That's actually great advice. But I do think that I kind of understand eBay to the point where I could definitely make a full-time income. And we'll see starting May 29th when I start the listers again. I think that when I restart the listers on May 29th, right now, I'm redoing about 1,700 ended listings and about 1,000 drafts. So my listers are turned off right now. I'm redoing some of the templates and the item structures for my listings. But on the first, let's see, I think my sales this year are like 50K or something. Let's see, they're around 50,000 so far this year on eBay. The first 3 months, I made 17,000 profit on my first 31,000. And then a lot of that was sort of my higher end items that I was doing one by one. I already know how to do that part. So to Pete's point, I've already mastered going to the thrift store and getting items that sell for a lot of money. That part of eBay I already figured out. The part I haven't figured out is the bulk part, which is where you buy tons of items wholesale or liquidation, and then you hire staff to list it, right? The 10,000 listing goal that I have. That I'm not in a hurry, right? I don't need to do it in 1 year or 9 months because it's not my sole source of income. That's why I recommend for you guys, the top tip I have if you're just getting started is to keep your day job. Make sure you have that income coming in so that you can experiment with different stuff. You can go meet people. I'm super, super, super blessed and grateful that I have a secondary source of income. Otherwise, it'd be really tough. Um, Danielle, what's up? Yeah, that's a good point. Eric is saying, what is mastering eBay? I don't, um, hmm. Here's the thing. I don't want to take anything away from what Pete's saying because he's right. I could definitely be better at eBay. I'm not saying mastering, but like I'm looking at my second store, which has only 100 items in it, and it has $5,000 in sales, right? And my other store has 2,000 items in it, and it only has $5,000 in sales. So it's like totally different. One, I went to the store and I handpicked stuff that's selling right now, which is sort of what you would do if you owned a shop. Like Pete, somebody brings in an item, you see if there's a market for it right now. I don't think Pete's looking for items that will sell 3 months from now. He's looking for items that will sell right now, current market items. That's one way of doing eBay, and probably the easiest with a, if you have a limited amount of time without Steph. But the bulk idea is interesting because when I look at people scale businesses, I think it's cool to be able to be like, okay, I have a manager that's looking over listings. I have a manager over buying, one over listing, one over purchasing. I just think that that's cool. But, I think that a husband-wife team making 100 grand a year or more, like Eagle Eye Nation, is the bomb. Like Q, I think has a pretty damn good life. Excuse my language, but like husband and wife going out looking for stuff. They make 100 grand. They make their own schedule. That's pretty cool. What do you guys? My Instagram chat's a little bit dicey, so I'm not going to look in there right now. So Q is saying he challenges Pete to a thrift challenge. I think Pete's got some age on you, so he definitely knows more about lots of stuff. I know you're hustling too, but I don't know. I'd like to see two veterans go at it. I'm relatively new to the resale game. Let's see. All about that fast. Too many items to source. So Julia has a 210 following on her Facebook store page. That's a great start. I don't have any followers on my Facebook page for eBay because I haven't hooked it up. I have people who've liked the page even though I haven't done anything yet on it. So I need to build out the Facebook page. But my Instagram traffic does go to eBay. I have actually, I'll tell you guys right now. I have a decent amount of traffic going from Instagram to my store. Let's see here. Let me look it up. Whoa, I actually made some money on it. So you guys know on eBay affiliate income, I have my store hooked up to my Instagram, right? So when people click on my Instagram link and it goes to my eBay store, I get paid a percentage of the eBay fees because that's how eBay gets paid, right? So if something sells for $100 and it's $10 eBay fees, I can make up to $5 of it. So this month so far, it is the 15th of May. I have had 1,375 clicks from Instagram to my eBay store. That's pretty awesome, guys. I haven't spent any money on Instagram ads. Organically, I have 1,300 people who've have gone from one site to the other, which is awesome. And that has made me $628 in sales, which I've made $19 in affiliate income. So, I mean, $19 is not, $19 is nothing to shake a stick at. I like that term, even though I don't know what it means. But I'm just saying that's like free money. There's $19 worth of free money that I have. Actually, I know. Last month I made $63 from people going to my eBay store and buying something else. And I get an affiliate commission on that. This month so far I've made 19, which is kind of a drop. I don't know why that is, but the affiliate income is just bonus money. Again, I'm learning how to get people to do things. Money is money, that's true. 19 is lunch. That's expensive lunch, Thrifty. Where are you eating that it costs $19 for lunch? Or gas money, that's true. 4 lattes at Starbucks. Yeah, money is money. So like you can do social traffic. You could be like an affiliate marketer. And affiliate marketing people, basically, they just drive traffic to other people's websites and make money that way, which I think is a legitimate way to make money, because Amazon will pay for that traffic, so will eBay. Let's see. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. It's my bedtime, not my bedtime, but it's my time to do other things. One more thing that I'm doing right now that I really enjoy is that from 9 o'clock to 10 p.m., I'm actually working on accounting. So that's my weakest link, and I don't necessarily need to be a pro at it. Like, I'm not trying to be a CPA or go crazy with that, but from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every night, I'm learning my accounting, I'm learning my numbers, because this guy on Instagram, Watch Me FBA, he's an engineer, and like, I just envy his organization on profit. And I just think that profit focus is really, 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 really good, and I want to learn that. Yeah, I'm still lifting weights every day now, so I'm getting really back into Olympic lifting, and it's helping. It's helping a lot. It's helping me stay focused. And I had some allergies. As you guys, I don't know if you guys watched my previous videos, but I had allergies and they went away once I started to work out again. That's really weird, but Olympic lifting has really helped. I love it. It's fun. And I'm focusing more on functional movement versus getting really strong and buff. Like, I'm actually trying to lose weight. I'm trying to lose another probably 7 pounds. So I'm right at 190. I do sit still. But yeah, anyway, guys, I've got to do some accounting now and learn how to do that before I go to bed. And it's really helping me sleep a lot better, honestly. Not that I don't sleep well, but I sleep really well knowing what my numbers are. So hope you guys have a good night, and